Yo, what's going on, guys? The Lang Banger. I have a new profile for you, and I wanted to go over my updated domain monarch list. This is easily one of my favorite decks right now. I'm sure a lot of you are maybe scratching your head, raising eyebrows like, well, why is that? Well, still to this day, this deck has one of the strongest cards in the game, and that's Domain. Domain totally shuts off what basically every other deck wants to do, and that's use their extra deck. This is going to continue to just be a deck that people will bring up and discuss and say, well, okay, can this deck do well? And it's simply just because of that card itself. I mean, that card is that good. It's so good that you're even seeing it in True Draco, and I've seen some other strategies here and there. So my build is a little different, so just let me explain before you guys start slamming the dislike and all that. So currently right now, it's August 2017, so I always like to mention that too in case people are watching my videos like, far in the future from when I make it. Yeah, so currently like Trident and Masterpiece, they are just ridiculous cards. Like those are cards that you just want to end up with on your board. So with that, like it's really bothersome for a lot of decks because they just can't get past that. Like that distraction is so good. So I'm actually not using any normal tributes. So again, please don't go ballistic, but it's like summon the little light squire, to get the dark, then it's like, well, it gets popped, then what do you do? It's more focused on tributing. This may be a little more prone to bricks, but that's kind of just my idea I was going. So you have 3 ether, you have, or 3 Erebus, 1 ether, 1 Thestalis. So that's all for the Mega Monarchs. Sad that it's been, cut that low, but what can you do? You have 3 Vanity Fiends. It would be insane if you could search off of Return to get this card, but probably for good reason too, because like this is another thing. Like this is one of the best tribute cards or tribute monsters in the game. I mean, its effect is just bonkers. No special summoning. I mean, that's gonna shut off basically every deck you play against. 2 Majesty Fiend. It's kind of the same thing. It's sometimes better than Vanity, but most of the time Vanity is just better. Heck of a card though. And again, as I said, I'm focusing on just tributing. And then you have 3 Kaiser Vorst Raiders. So this is a level 5 that you can special from your hand. It's a dark. So at least in that regard, like you can allure it off if you don't need it. So in the same way, like maybe you could special this, maybe like they Trident, or Masterpiece like pop, like you can maybe beat that out. Or if they don't have that, then this card just goes well. I just like it. Onto the spells, you have 3 Domain. I'm starting to foil this out too, so that feels good. 3 Return, 3 Tenacity. Wish I was foil. 3 Soul Exchange. So yeah, I've had these all the way since Stutter Deck Yugi, I think. Portuguese, I think. No, Spanish actually. So I love these cards. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just going with the 1 tributes. I can do Soul Exchange and then bring out one of my Monarchs if I have Domain, so I can go that route too. So just really, if you drop any of your tribute monsters, like it should be a problem to your opponent. So 3 Allure of Darkness. So you just want to see those key cards. 2 Pot of Duality. You're not really shut off by the special summon, or the limiting the special summoning. So I just like being able to dig there and just combo your hand off essentially. Pantheism. You have 1 Frost Blast. This is debatable. I would test this, see how that goes, but I think the card's pretty neat. You could also take it out if you see something else that you need. March of the Monarchs. This card's needed. I'm not sure at 2 copies, but at least at 1. Like, this card is just so good. There's so many targeting cards right now. Yeah. Monarch Stormforth. It hurts that it's at 1, but for good reason too. Also, the other thing I wanted to say, I would love if Pantheism went to 2 or 3. Maybe gradually, like maybe just 2 and then 3 at some point. But I think that wouldn't hurt things too bad. It is freaking broken, so I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's a fair card, but at times it just feels like a deck needs something else. And then you have Upstart Goblin. So you could take out Upstart and you can take out Frost Blast, add in like 2 other cards if you want. You can cut down on the soul exchanges if you want, and the 1 tribute like Majesty, Vanity. That's totally up to you. 3 Prime Monarch, and then 2 Monarchs Erupt. So we had this card for the longest time, and it was kind of just overlooked or not needed, but yeah, it's another skill drain. So this is yet another reason that I would want to run this deck currently. It's just so good. I mean, if I could actually run skill drain itself, then, you know, I obviously would, but that's my profile. Enough of me rambling on. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you guys are kind of like open-minded on the idea. Welcome any feedback and ideas, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.